Good morning, Fit Church, and welcome to our final day of the book of Ruth. And I just appreciate you guys being so graceful with us the last couple of days. It's been a hard week and a half, as my dad's friend and our family friend has been going through the process of getting his complete diagnosis. So we have received that. It is not what we wanted. And we are praying and we're hopeful and we will continue being faithful to God and trusting that God will be faithful in this process. But we definitely can use your prayers and we appreciate your grace with us. This is going to be the final Ruth devotion. And it's been a great series. We've really enjoyed it. To me, it's one of the most significant books in the Bible. I love the fact that we did it this way with the book of Judges first, because, again, this is a story that takes place in the time of the Judges, and we see this lawlessness that's overarching the entirety of God's people through much of the time of the Judges, and we see these moments of redemption kind of flowing in and out of the judges. And so you have a judge that brings redemption through God and God's power that's bestowed on that judge. And then that judge passes away and God's people slowly move back into their old ways. And what I love is the juxtaposition of Judges and Ruth, because in Judges, it's the entirety of God's people that receive redemption. With Ruth, we get to see that God's redemption is personal to each. To each of us. It's this unique and beautiful relationship that we get to have with Jesus and that we get to have with God. And the example that is put forth in the book of Ruth, the example of Boaz as the kinsman redeemer and the redemption he brings through his sacrifice, it's powerful because it's personal. The truth is, all of our journeys are different, and the way we will experience redemption is different, and the way that we experience weight loss is different. And so I recognize there's some differences. If you don't identify with this part of it, I hope you can empathize and understand through that. But realize that through my childhood, the expectations that I grew up with, the expectations I had for my life or for myself, and realize I'm a cynic. Okay, it's a natural part of me that I fight so many times every day. But I used to expect the worst, and I kind of still struggle with that at times. I never expected the best. I never expected it to work out. I never expected things to pan out for me. I kind of expect things to be pretty darn rocky, and it's just my outlook, and it's something I'm trying to work on. But there's a part of it that's ingrained in me, and it's difficult. The truth is, though, that when our life experiences redemption, there is this opportunity, an invitation for us to expect a blessing. Because with redemption comes freedom, and comes release, and comes deliverance. With redemption should come the expectation for better, for improvement, for change. Ruth chapter 4, verses 11 and 12 say this: "Then all the people who were at the gate and the elders said, 'We are witnesses. May the Lord make the woman who is coming into your house like Rachel and Leah, who built together up the house of Israel. May you prosper in Ephrathah and be renowned in Bethlehem. And may your house be like the house of Perez, whom Tamar bore to Judah, because of the children that the Lord will give you by this young woman.'" See, a part of the blessing that we receive when we're redeemed is that the others take notice. As we all continue on our health journey, We find ourselves looking better, feeling better. We find that our moods improve. Hopefully our expectations improve. And others take notice of that. When they do, our job is to give glory where it's due. And it's not on me. It's not my glory. I can take responsibility for my consistency in action, but the truth is, redemption was a gift. Now, I've chosen to be faithful. Ruth chose to be faithful. Ruth provided food for her and Naomi for a long time because of her faithfulness to work. It's important that we recognize that our job is to do work. But our work ends, and then the bridge that gets us to this place of redemption, that bridge is Jesus. We can't get there without him, and we don't earn it from him through our faithfulness, but we do have this requirement to still be faithful because that's our sacrifice and our offering in this process. And when others take notice, we can talk about the work, but the truth is it's up to Jesus for it to have truly worked out. And we pay him the respect. We give him the glory. I know that my transformation started from the inside by the power of God. That's where it starts. When people express to me their appreciation for ministry, for a sermon, for a devotion, for a podcast, for an encouragement that I post on social media, when they thank me for that, I can absolutely gracefully accept their kind words. But at the end of my day, that thankfulness, all of that was expressed to me, all of that I need to hand over to God, because all of that's a reflection of him in my life, and it's praise I need to give back to him, because without him, I could not. Through the self-sacrificing act of Boaz, Ruth has been established and invited to be within the people of God. And this is the calling of all people of God. People who are redeemed are to become new redeemers. And we don't redeem in our name, we redeem in his. To this we bear witness. Through this ministry emphasis, our greatest desire is to release the people of God into the life Christ brought to them, and to bring freedom to those who have not yet become a part of God's family. This is Kinsman Redeemer. This is it. Boaz went out of his way so that Ruth could be a part. In the book of Ruth, every aspect of life is lived with the knowledge and faith that God is present and that God cares. Whether struggling with misery or experiencing the best life has to offer, God still exists. In the routine and in the miraculous, the astonishing, the empowering, God is. Everything in this book points to the fact that the author comprehends God's nature. And we have to realize that the picture presented to us is not that God has compassion to Ruth and our God can and will redeem all outcasts. God has compassion, not just for this Ruth in this circumstances, but all Ruths in all circumstances, all outcasts everywhere. How many of us, because of our appearance, because of our expectations, because of something about us that sticks out, maybe we stutter, maybe we struggle with our words, For me, I was so ashamed. In high school, I went to an arts high school. I remember performing a song for an English class that was a part of the class. It was like them challenging us to use our arts, and I remember performing the song and in my senior year, 4 years of being in the place, right? 4 years, my confidence is still just microscopic. And I remember one of the young men, his name's Andre. I remember him walking up to me and saying, "Hey, it was a good song. You just got to be confident and sing out." We all had stuff. We all feel like the outcast. The way God's depicted in Ruth, God doesn't shun. He welcomes. He accepts us, outcast and all, and loves us anyways. If I can say this simply and cleanly, you have been redeemed. Just as Ruth was accepted and blessed, you and I, we are accepted and we are blessed. We are redeemed. It's extended to us as well. You and I are still in progress. This health journey, it feels like it's going to be a long one. The truth is, we have to allow God to change us from the inside out. We have to accept His redemption from the inside out. Our expectations go from the worst to the best. We have to allow this transformation. Every day is an opportunity for us to take one step closer to the life that we desire and the life that we've been called to. Today, for your Triple D, I just want to challenge you to state publicly for all of us in Fit Church, I accept your redemption and I will walk one step closer. Thank you very much for being a part of our Ruth series and for letting us share our hearts, for letting us express this powerful message. If this has been meaningful to you, let us know. We're looking at more series. We're looking at possibly doing something with King David soon. So let us know if you've liked that, and we'll be talking more about what comes next. But thank you guys very much, and I hope to see you in the Facebook group sharing today's Triple D. Take care.